Alright guys, I am back. I'm going to focus the camera in. There we go. And I'm about to start the pen. So if you missed video number 1, I would watch that first, because I'm not going to go back and explain all of that, make you sit through that again. So as I mentioned at the very end of the video, I'll do this instead. Actually, let me do this so you can see a little bit more. There we go. I'm going to try to match the marks exactly, right? This should bring you back to the still life drawing, just trying to draw something realistically. Now, I posted a couple of examples online, and just remember that this is going to be a drawing, and this is your photograph. If we were trying to make your drawing look exactly like this photograph, then you would just turn the photograph in. There'd be no point, right? So your drawing is going to have the character of a drawing, and that's okay. But we want to do our best to get the most detail that we can by looking at the photograph. So I'm just going to start and kind of talk through what I'm doing. And I'm going to start, it seems like this beak right here might be a little bit hard. So I may start like with the dark area around the beak and then come back and show you the beak instead of doing something really hard from the get-go. Okay, so I'm going to start with the bottom of it. And I'm just making marks in the same direction as the beak. Right? I'm not going like this or like this. And your drawing is going to look a little aggressive because it's done with a pen. You know, it's not going to look like a soft pencil drawing, and that's fine because it's a pen drawing. And all of this down here is just black, so I'm just starting to fill that in. If you have a lot of black in your drawing, you're going to be doing a lot of filling in. So that may make you want to choose a different image. If I was going to be sitting here doing the whole demo, which I'm not, I'm just going to show you some of how I would draw this, then I would probably have chosen a different image because it take a long time. Coming around here, some of that black starts to get a little jagged. And I'm not thinking about feathers here or anything like that. I'm just looking at lights and darks, just like our other drawing. Around. And just kind of ask yourself, like, how can I make these marks look good? You know, how can they look like aesthetically pleasing? And start cutting in there. And you're just doing your best. I know that, like, you're at home and I can't help you. And so I'm going to be reasonable with grading, but I do want to see that you put time into it. So if it looks like it took you 5 minutes, you know, that's not going to cut it. Still filling in with this black. I'm actually going to move on from this because I think that you get that part. And I'm just going to keep coming up through here where the beak is. Cuts into the beak a little bit. I know I said I wasn't going to do this part yet. And one thing that I haven't done is I haven't went around and outlined this whole thing in black, because that's not true, right? Actually, this outline is kind of in white, and then you get some black down there. So just be really careful. One bad thing about a pen drawing, a good thing is they look really cool. A bad thing is that you can't erase it, right? So you just have to go for it. So I hope this builds your confidence up and it's not too frustrating. So coming around the eye here. Now the eye's got some little white places that I need to leave there because those are going to be really important, because if they aren't there, then the eye is just going to blend in with the rest of the feathers. And I've also got some white stuff up here. All this is like very, very dark though, so I'm going to do my best to... Now, this is really white. These are a little bit gray. If you want something to look more gray, then you could put a few marks in it but not cover it. Okay, so in here, the marks are starting to space out some. They're not as close together. My hand's hurting because I'm going pretty quickly so that you don't have to wait for so long. This video will be 10 minutes, no longer than 10 minutes. So that way you don't have to load a really long video. Do some more scattered marks. And I kind of lost where I was there. If you lose where you are, probably be okay. Now I got it back. I'm working like right here. It doesn't look exactly like the picture, but as long as you're still looking at the picture, like if you could see my eyes right now, I'm moving from the picture to my drawing rather quickly. I'm not just looking at my drawing. All right, I'm going to come around here, kind of wrap up the shape of his little head. If you have an animal, any animal is going to be challenging. Fur will be challenging, but also like no fur will be challenging, like if you were doing a seal or something, because you'll have to figure out a mark that you can make that makes the skin look smooth, right? But I picked a raven because I'm kind of obsessed with them right now as far as artwork goes. They're really smart, and they just look creepy and cool to me. So in here I would just keep working, and I've been making like the same pressure type of mark, but if I wanted to, I could lighten that a little bit with the type of pen that I have. So I could make some softer marks that will look better. But if you don't have this type of really cheap pen, if you've got like a nicer pen, a ballpoint pen, you won't be able to do this, and you'll just have one type of mark, and that's okay. You just have to figure out how to make it work. Okay, I've got like 2 minutes left. I'm going to start working on this beak so that you can see how I might approach that. And I am going to use a softer mark because I am using one of these pens. And it's much smoother. The beak is a lot smoother than the rest of the crow. You get these little, I guess these are feathers, I don't know. I'll go through and darken this some more because it kind of got lost. Mine looks like he's smiling. I don't think that's good. It's a little creepy. Try to make that go away. And see, I messed up. So this here is supposed to be white instead of black, but oh well. Down here, the marks get lighter and lighter. All right, I'm going to stop there because it's almost 10 minutes. If I were going to keep going, I would probably take a little hand break because my hand hurts from the drawing. And then I would just keep going, and I would just keep working in sections. What you want to avoid is marks that are going the exact same direction all the time that don't match the direction of the marks from your photo. Like if you had fur and you just started like hacking away at it, you know, and just making really repetitive marks instead of actually looking where the clumps of light and dark are, then it's not as successful. So like I said, do your best. Take a picture when you're done with it, turn it in, and keep checking back on Canvas for more. This is bothering me. For assignments for next week. So all you have to do this week is you have to do this drawing or the scratch board if you were here Friday, and you have to do a reflection about this assignment. See you guys.